Hey, what's up? It's Mark, and we need to talk about diarrhea. Yeah, I know. Good morning to you too. There's so many people right now that I've been seeing in the practice, and their primary concern with seeing me is diarrhea. So they're coming to me. I had 5 in the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. And they're having diarrhea, bowel movements, 30 times a day in some cases. It's wild, right? Wild stuff here. And what's interesting about these cases is they're coming in with a whole bunch of other symptoms. They're anxious, they're nervous, they have skin problems, they can't sleep, they have weight gain, they have all these wonderful problems. And they're wondering why, I'm not eating because everything gives me diarrhea, but I'm still gaining weight. How is that possible? Wild, right? Wild to see what your body can do. So with diarrhea, we have to identify that there is something wrong inside of your intestine. Something is happening that's not supposed to be happening, and your body's trying to protect you by giving you diarrhea. So there's numerous things that we can talk about in consultation to kind of determine where your issue is coming from. And that's reserved for those hour-long talks to kind of understand, like, how did this happen? What's the timeline here? When did it start occurring? How bad is it? We talk about all these things in our initial consultation. We need to, because it's important to understand where it's coming from. Second thing people look for when it comes to trying to stop diarrhea is, what do I take to stop diarrhea? And you might run to a supplement store and grab the expensive 150, 250, 500, I don't give a what species of probiotic you've taken. Rarely do those things work. Rarely do they work because they can't stick to you. So envision what you're doing with taking a probiotic. You're taking a living organism in a capsule and you're putting it inside of your body and you're hoping that it sticks to your intestine to join the family living inside the body. That's what you're hoping it does. But in a lot of cases with diarrhea, there's nowhere for it to stick. The body is so inflamed, such trauma happening inside the intestine, that the probiotic you're taking can't stick to your intestine. So what does it do? It makes its way to the toilet with all the other things you're having inside of your body. And you're just pooping out $70 and $80 and $100 probiotics on repeat every single day, hoping to feel better. Sound familiar? I say that because I see it literally every day. So stop wasting your money on probiotics that aren't doing anything, and do something different to actually help yourself feel better. So imagine this for a second inside of your intestine. Why a probiotic wouldn't work. Probiotics need a place to stick to your intestine. I just told you that. So envision yourself having, in your intestine, having a lining of Velcro going all the way around your intestine. Okay? And now imagine the things that we put in from the microorganism perspective and the food-based perspective, the fibers, things that are good for us, having the other end of that Velcro. Okay? So you have one end over here, the food has the other end over here, and they're going to meet and join together to create a colony living inside of your body, right? That's what we're expecting to happen inside the system. But it can't do that because the end of the Velcro on your intestine is worn out. It needs to be replaced. So in some cases with chronic diarrhea, don't give probiotics as first. Absolutely not. We have to give them somewhere to stick first. So we usually tend to give people L-glutamine. Sometimes I give them a version of yeast called Saccharomyces boulardii. Very, very helpful to kind of get that layer of Velcro replaced inside the intestine. And once that starts to happen effectively, then you can move on to taking some more potent probiotics and now actually determining what foods are potentially causing your problem when you eat. So when you do this properly, there's a method to the madness here. There's a method to kind of walk you back up that staircase to feeling better. But so many people don't want to talk about it, are embarrassed of their issue. It's ruining their lives. They're already having the mental health impacts of that. And they don't want to open up the box because they've tried so many things that just didn't work, that they're scared that this isn't going to work as well. So here's the deal. If you're suffering with diarrhea, just know that it's very common, and there's 4 or 5 different routes as to why it's happening. So having a conversation with someone that actually understands how to flip over these different rocks properly and figure out what's living inside of your belly might be the most strategic thing you can do to help feel better. It might not be reaching for supplement bottles and different diets and all these. It might not be any of that. It might be just determining what is the problem inside of your intestine. So if you have these issues and you're suffering, just email me. Pop me an email down below. You'll see my email address. You can certainly send a message and say, like, listen, I've got this issue, I've been having it for a while. Can we get some support here to figure out what's going on so I can start feeling better, right? I see it every single week, nothing to be embarrassed of. And I know that it can be of a lot of support if we do the right stuff here. Okay? Share this message around. If you have someone that you know is suffering with this issue, again, know that I can help. If it's you, let's chat. Otherwise, if it's not you, have a fantastic day. Enjoy yourself, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.